Hello everyone, I'm Dinesh. Everyone calls me Dean.
Hello everyone, and my name's Bob.
So we wanted to set up a channel to speak about mental health, specifically self-esteem, because from my own journey and experiences, I think self-esteem is a massive, massive part of mental health in a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I'm kind of coming from the era of listening in the background.
Okay.
I'll just agree with that at the moment until I can come up with something.
So we're going to be drinking a beer.
Right.
We're in my kitchen. We're going to be talking self-esteem. We're hoping to do one of these videos at least once a week. And the reason we want to do it is because we both want to share. You have to ignore that meow. It's Candy the cat. She's on the floor. But we want to share
Candy.
our experiences.
Candy.
And I really want to share my own experiences in developing self-esteem because it made a massive difference in my life. It was the deciding factor between not being happy and being happy. And I think, and I know Bob, you think as well, everybody deserves to be happy.
Yes, and this is what we want to work on. We want to work on how.
And we want to share everything with you because we want you to be happier.
How? How can you be in control of your own happiness? You yourself, not someone else, not something external, but you yourself.
Right now, Bob, let's forget the cameras there and let's do what we do.
Right, okay.
Okay, so, all right, just as a blanket phrase, I'll sort of say, so what is self-esteem? What would you say to that?
What is it? Wow. Ooh. Covers so many areas, doesn't it? And it can mean different things to different people.
A massive amount.
Interpretations.
Yep.
Different, different descriptions. What does it mean to me personally?
What does it mean to you personally?
Well, when I think, if someone was to say to me, how's your self-esteem? Would that be right?
Yeah,
that kind of context?
Yeah.
I would say, well,
I mean, a lot of the time, sorry to cut in there, Bob, but a lot of the time, I will meet someone and within 5 seconds, I'll immediately know if they have a low self-esteem or a good self-esteem. But that's not to confuse a healthy self-esteem with arrogance because they're completely different things, right?
Yeah, completely. And you can usually see it in body language straight away. Arrogance, there's cues. There's giveaway cues straight away with arrogance. I mean, you don't have to be a genius in body language to see arrogance in slight movements. Or eyes rolling is a big one, isn't it? Eye rolling.
That's a massive one.
Eye rolling is like
hell yeah
giveaway. It's gonna shut people down sometimes, depending where you're coming from and your level of self-esteem. So depending on, can have a lot of different implications.
Eye rolling.
It could be the workplace, for instance, and if the person in charge rolls their eyes at you, you could be immediately just stand at attention or go into like complete compliance mode.
Well, you can switch off, right? I mean, personally, someone rolls their eyes at me, I'll just switch off, I'll switch off and I'll disengage from that person.
That's not a bit of anarchy going from, is it?
It's not anarchy. It's just. I don't know.
Well, everyone's different. Yeah, some people will but like I say, if the boss, person in charge.
Cheers.
If the person in charge, you haven't even up there. If the person in charge rolls their eyes at you, and maybe they have this expectation of, now you know what to do now, which is either be quiet, do as you're told, stand to attention, whatever it is. But if you don't, if they expect that and you don't do that, yeah, again, it depends on the situation. It could be, thousands and thousands of different variations on this. It could be a child and parent. It could be an employee, an employer, etc., etc. Could be a bully. Could be a bully.
Yeah, it could be
controlling someone.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And someone just goes, oh, well, it's just easy to just just do as I'm told.
Think about this as well, Bob. A lot of people that were bullies as kids have grown up and ended up in positions of power where they are still bullies.
Well, there's a lot of famous cases where maybe there's criminality, really serious crime involved and all that kind of stuff, where if you look into it, you dig deep into it, it's on a psychological level. It's often said that, that
Pardoned.
That it comes from the parents.
I nearly done the eye roll there.
Yeah, it's happened to the person over a long period of time, and whatever 9 times out of 10, or in most case scenarios, they're likely to be like that themselves. Like father, like son, like
absolutely,
like mother and mother like daughter.
We see this.
So we're touching on different
things,
areas, just to kind of warm things up a bit.
So while we're on it, before we stray too far from the main topic today, on our first ever introductory video on self-esteem, I just want to say what my perception of self-esteem is. So to me, self-esteem is an umbrella, and under that umbrella there are many different things. Okay, from my own experience, I'd say number one on the list is self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
Being kind to yourself.
Yeah, remembering when you're feeling...
Forgiving yourself. Being kind.
I started doing that, kind of fairly recently.
Crucial.
Where I'm daydreaming throughout the day and something comes in.
Yep.
Something creeps into like, feel bad about this, or some random thought can, feel bad about this.
Or you just want to beat yourself up about something.
Oh, remember to feel bad about this because you've been doing it for so long, right?
You know what? You could take a 30-year-old guy, okay, who's had a shitty childhood, a shitty life, right?
Yeah.
And he might be single, he might not have no money, he might be renting a place to live, okay? And this fucking media and society portray to him how a 30-year-old guy should be. Okay, he's got a hot blonde wife, he's got a nice big car, he's got the apartment, he's got a 150k a year job.
Yeah.
That guy is going to feel shitty about himself when he himself hasn't actually done anything wrong. But this guy could be busting his ass to get by.
Where does it come from? It's obviously an internal kind of mental thing going on. I don't mean mental as in a mental disorder.
I
mean in a thought process kind of thing.
I would say it's given to you by the society you're born into.
Well, so what it is, if you think of yourself in terms of a computer, and you've got your conscious, which is maybe the typing board.
Yeah.
The hard drive is your subconscious.
Yeah.
And then things feed in to your subconscious, your hard drive. Now, if you're not aware of this, it can take control.
It feeds in.
It feeds into the conscious.
Whether you're aware or not.
And if you don't know, you might just accept it as normal, right? So what were you talking about before? You were talking about...
I was just talking about different components of self-esteem.
Right.
So the first one was self-compassion.
You give an example of a guy who's going through what? Who's going through...
we've just done that. We don't need to do it again.
All right, fair enough. All right, okay, yeah.
Because media's telling him he's not good enough. Anyway,
that's one, yeah.
So for me...
That comes down to consuming, doesn't it?
It's a product of a consumer society.
Consumer society.
Remember, let's not forget, in order to make you buy stuff, to make yourself feel better, they have to first make you feel shitty.
Oh, yeah. It's a big marketing campaign.
That's the only marketing campaign. It's the only one.
Campaign.
I mean, you ever see a Rolls Royce advert on TV?
Not anymore. They've been bought out, haven't they?
No, I mean...
But still, I haven't seen one recently.
When does your average TV watcher have enough money to buy a Rolls Royce?
I haven't seen a recent one. I didn't know they were doing them recently.
They don't make commercials, Bob.
Yes, they don't do them anymore, do they?
Have you ever seen a Lamborghini advert on TV?
Don't need to, do they?
And you won't. Exactly. Exactly. Very good reason. Anyway, just breaking back to the subject matter. So speaking about components of self-esteem, me personally, my perception of the components of self-esteem, and I may miss something here, forgive me if I do, but I would say self-compassion, self-acceptance, and a massive, massive, massive one, self-respect.
You're right. So here's an example as well is what may be, I know this I'm talking about from me personally. Sometimes it'll come to me as...
Well, that's what you can do, my bro.
Right, that's what
we're here for.
All right.
We're here to talk about our personal
sometimes I'm thinking like,
experiences.
am I dressed right just to go to the shop? I'm thinking like,
I don't get that
that's
anymore.
only me thinking that. You know, most likely no one's even going to bat an eyelid or even notice one.
No one's going to care.
And I've only got one wear of clothing anyway. Oh shit, gave it away. But it's just, you know what I mean? You can like, so it's like a thought coming in and feeding it.
Yep.
Magnifying it, even though it doesn't have any substance, unless you're dressed like you're just, you know, you've been sleeping in a skip for a week, you know, and you've got like a hornet's nest.
Well, I mean, if you take someone like Mark Zuckerberg, a billionaire, if he wants to sleep in a skip for a week, when he comes out of that skip after the week, no one's going to judge him, are they?
Didn't some famous billionaire do that because they got fed up with society?
Possibly.
No, there was. I think it's Albert Hughes, was it? Something Hughes? It was just like one of like the super, super wealthy elites that just rejected it all.
We've hit the 11-minute mark. That means we're going to sign off. Everybody.
That was a bit of random and a bit of everything, wasn't it?
This is our first ever video. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. Please subscribe, comment, like, set your alerts, and please catch our next video. We're going to try and do one every week.
I didn't realise it was still recording, is it?
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.